guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. So yesterday I competed in the UK Remote Duel Extravaganza and I came 13th place, so I got top 16 playing Eldlich Dragoon. And I thought I'd make a video showing my deck profile. I'll also give my thoughts on the event. And yeah, so before we start, I'd like to do a couple of shout outs to Northern Card Gaming. I've been competing on their Discord server in the remote duels in the locals that they host every Wednesday and Saturday. They're currently doing a league at the moment, which is like a back to door sort of league. And yeah, I've been having a blast on there. It's been really fun. So I will link the Discord in my description. If you're from the UK and you want to play some remote duels, just join, and it's turn up on the day and you can register. And yeah, it's really competitive, really good. It's just good to play some YuGiOh with people that you haven't played before. And then also shout out to Sin City Comic Stores and Games in Newport. Obviously they're my locals, so I always support them when I can. And shout out to my friends who are actually really supportive throughout the day and throughout the tournament. So yeah, I got top 16, so I went, so it was 133 players entered. So it was top 32. I aimed for top 32 at the start, but then as the day went on, I managed to get top 16. So I went X2, 6 wins, 2 losses. And yeah, so the reason why I played Dragoon Eldlich is because I expected loads of Rogue, and Rogue decks, they struggled to out Dragoon. But as I went on, I did play quite a bit of meta. So Zeus can sort of beat this deck on its own, but we play ways to counter Zeus in the deck, which I'll get onto in a minute. So yeah, I'm just gonna get straight into it, show the main deck, the extra deck, and then a side deck as well. So it is a 40 card main deck. And yeah, so it's really good, really consistent. So we'll just start things off with the hand trap. So I played 3 Duel, 3 Ash, and 3 Skullmeister. So for this event, I didn't expect a lot of Dragoon because the ruling for the event, they ruled it as before Ben 10 triggers, if you DD Crow it, it negates the effects or it can activate. So I thought a lot of Dragoon players wouldn't play Dragoon, I suppose, because of that ruling. It worked against them. But however, this deck has a really bad matchup against Dragoon, and I wanted to sort of cover that over the 8 rounds. So I main deck Duel because it's really good against Ben 10. It can be really good against Virtual World depending on the hand. And then against like combo Rogue, like I call it Rogue, but like tier 2 sort of Dragon Link. This can be really good as well. Obviously Ash because it's the most generic, then Skullmeister because I expected a lot of Virtual World, and yeah, I played 2 Virtual Worlds my first 2 rounds, and Skullmeister was really good in that matchup as well. And then even if I did play Dragoon, Skullmeister is really good again in that matchup, good against Miscellaneousaurus. So I thought, like, I play 9 hand traps, the most generic, just max out on all of them. I didn't main deck Bell, but I think Bell's really good this format as well. I side decked that, which we'll get onto in a bit. So that's my hand traps. For the normal sum of the deck, I play 3 Lilith. I'm a massive fan of Lilith in Eldlich because the deck doesn't really have a normal summon. In a pure variant, I wanted to play Lilith because it gives you access to your power traps, and it gives you access to engine. And then if you go in second, you can always just side 1 out, or you can side 2 out if you don't have any good traps in your matchup. And then we play 2 Golden Lords, which I think is a standard right now. A lot of people try to test 1, but I just don't think it's playable 1. I think you really do need 2 in a grind game. And then to wrap it up for the monsters, we play the Dragoon bricks. You don't want to draw these, but you do now and then, unfortunately. So that's it for the monster count. And then for the spells, we turbo into Dragoon. So we want to max out on the Insight and the Fusion. Like I said at the start, Dragoon's really good against Rogue, and I expected loads of Rogue decks today, and Dragoon was literally just insane all day. So we want to turbo out. And the utility you get off like Dragoon as well is with the Eldritch traps. Because for some reason, well, I say for some reason, if you go Dragoon and then discard like an Eldritch trap, the advantage you gain off that is insane, because you have a follow-up next turn, gets you into your engine, and your Dragoon's boosted, and he's obviously Dragoon, so he's really hard to out. So yeah, so that is it for the Dragoon sort of engine, and then we played 3 Eldland, which is really good, really insane. You have to be careful that you don't attack with this on the field with Dragoon, because only zombies can attack, but however you can remove it with Golden Lord. So that's pretty easy to get around. And then for the Eldlich traps, you play 3 Sanguine, 3 Hiquero, and then, sorry, 3 Conquistador, 3 Hiquero. I didn't play any of the stones, the white stone and the black stone, for the spell cards, because I just didn't think we really needed them, and they didn't really do much. I was testing Blackstone for like the longest, but even though it's an engine piece and it's really good to see, I felt like past turn 1 it just didn't really do much, because most of you want your lords in either one in your hand and one in the grave, so you can like have the in-hand effect and then have the recurrence of one in grave, and it was never ever a lord in deck, so I thought I didn't want the Blackstone. And then white, I felt like it was win more. Although, you know, it gives you access to your golden lands, I just didn't see the purpose of it, and I didn't really think it would give me, maybe win the game, basically. So, yeah, that's why we don't play white. And then to wrap the deck up, we play 3 Torrential and 2 Ice Dragon Prison. I was going to play 3 of this and 2 of this, but I thought across the board, if I'm expecting more rogue, I'd play 3 Torrential, and this was the best choice by far, because obviously Dragoon can't be destroyed, and sometimes if you get a lord back from the grave, and then he can't be destroyed by card effects either, so that's really good. For just a board wipe. And then Ice Dragon Prisons was really good. I wanted like utility in the main deck and off Lilith, so I thought I'd play Ice Dragon Prisons because Lilith can search it. It was crazy. So yeah, this is the trap lineup for the normal traps, and that's it for the deck. So it's really straightforward. Really like isn't like a massive skill level to play the deck, but I thought each card sort of puts in a lot of work. So even the Eldlich stuff with Dragoon just does so much, and yeah, it's really insane. So I get straight onto the extra deck, I suppose. So we play 2 Pallades, 1 Gustav Max, and then 2 Zeus. I personally, I think if I had the extra 2 Dragoons, I played 1 just to confirm. I do play 1, but if I did have another 2 Dragoons, I probably would have played 3, and then maybe Extravagance in the main deck. But we got loads of space in the extra, so I thought this Pallades is super accessible for the golden lands, and then Gustav Max obviously can come up as well. I think I won in time because of the Gustav Max, and then Pallades is super accessible, and then obviously you can make a Zeus, so you can like with 2 gold lands, if you don't open well, you can activate both of them. Some of them go Pallades, get a bounce, attack with it, and then overlay for a Zeus, and you've just bounced a card, and then you've got a Zeus for the follow-up, and obviously the Gustav Max. And then for the links, we play Link Karibo, Link Spider, and Barricade Ball Blocker. We play a few more links, but I'll explain these first. I wanted to play 2 Link Spider, but I didn't have a second one, so I thought I'd play Karibo, because it's good at outing the Dino token. And then in theory, I thought about this quite a bit, but it didn't actually come up today. You can actually pitch like a Eldlich card from your hand, then search back like a Cursed Eldland. In theory, that sounds brilliant, but it didn't come up. So that's the space I could probably work on. And then for the rest of the links, we play the Nightmare Phoenix, Unicorn, Access Code, and Verte. Surprisingly, you can like link climb really weirdly like well in this deck. So I definitely used Access Code a few times. Phoenix obviously comes up if you're under there can only be one. And then Unicorn, just good spot removal. Obviously the Verte for the Dragoon. Obviously we play all like Insight Fusion, so we don't really use this much, but it did 100% come up today where I needed this. Especially we don't see the Insight of the Fusion. And then of course the one Dragoon. And then for the Dogmatica matchup, which I did not play yesterday, 2 Entis. So that is it for the extra deck. Really straightforward. And then I think I'll show the side as well. If you watched my videos before, I always say the side deck is built for the format or for the tournament, and I tried to do it as best I could in this one, even though I didn't really know what to expect. So I tried to build it generically, like what the best decks were, and for just random rogue decks that I could think of. So obviously Nibiru, I wouldn't even mind main decking this in a moment. I think it can work against Virtual Worlds and Drytron, but in cases like any stun decks like Eldlich Mirror Match, this card is pretty dead. So I thought I'd just side it because we play a lot of hand traps anyway. 2 Bell because it's good against the meta in general. So yeah, I didn't want to main it though, just because I didn't expect that much Drytron. So I thought the Skullmeisters did a well enough job. So I thought I'd just leave 2 in the side. And for the back row hate, we play 1 Duster and then 3 Cosmic. I was mainly in 2 Cosmic, but I thought in like a Drytron matchup, it's just like super dead. I'd rather have the hand trap in hand go in second. And then to wrap things off the side, we play 3 Summon Limit, which was insane. Like when I drew this card against, I played, I think it was Tri Brigade, or yeah, I played 2 Tri Brigade, and then yeah, it's just insane. You don't want to misside this in against Virtual World because they can pop it with the trap, but against like Dino, Tri Brigade, even Drytron, yeah, this card's nuts. So yeah, and then I wanted to play cards that like protect your board, be in your back row and protect Dragoon. So I played, I wanted to play 3 Judgment, but then I wanted to play an Imperial Order because this card can like win you random games. So I decided to play 2 Judgment and Imperial Order just because they do the same thing, by protecting your board against like a Lightning Storm, Duster, Droplets, etc. So yeah, so that's the side deck. So really straightforward. Changes, I don't think I'd make any changes for now. I have played a lot of rounds. I think I've played like 14 rounds of testing, and then I played 8 rounds yesterday. So I've had quite a few rounds with this deck, and yeah, I really enjoyed playing it actually. It's quite easy to play, but then the technicality of like knowing when to use your trap cards, knowing when to use your resource with the Eldlich is quite it's quite difficult sometimes. But with practice, you just get used to it, I suppose. And the Eldlich stuff is, I wouldn't say it's like super budget right now, but it's definitely affordable. So yeah, I'd pick it up if you want to wait for the ban list. That's fine as well. So yeah, so the actual event itself was really smooth, really good, well organized. 8 rounds is obviously a lot, so it was a long day. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I definitely want to play more Remote Duel. I think it's just the future, isn't it, I suppose, for the next few months, certainly until we get events back, which who knows when that'll be. So I think if you guys have access to Remote Duels, just give it a go. I mean, it's really simple to set up. All you need is a webcam or a phone and access to Discord, I suppose. And that's pretty much it. I'll leave a link to the NCG Discord where we do Remote Duels every week in my description of the video. And then yeah, so thank you again to everyone for watching. If you like the video, give it a like. If you're new, subscribe. I also do streams on my Twitch. I'll leave a link to that as well in the description, and I hope to see you guys soon. Take care. Goodbye.